What's up out there? Welcome to my early access spotlight series, which take a look at an early access game, something that I really like and I think, more people need to play. Typically I like to pick games that maybe not a lot of people know of or something. This one's getting out there. It's getting kind of popular. It's got like a 77,000 concurrent player peak at some point, maybe more now. It's been featured in like IGN and things like that. So it's definitely got some buzz going. But this is a really cool game, and I wanted to bring it out there just in case you've never seen it. It's $3 on Steam right now. Check this thing out. If I had to compare this to anything, it would be the original Nintendo Castlevania series. Castlevania 1, 2, maybe 3, I think was on there too. And then I think 4 was on the Super Nintendo, but the original ones, basically, the graphics, the style, everything in here kind of really reminds me of the original Nintendo days. And if we go into the menu here and choose a character, you'll notice that there's weapons like the boomerang, the Bible, the holy water, the whip, knife, axe, things that you'd normally see in um, Castlevania. There is also an RPG element to it. I'm going to go ahead and refund everything out of here. Now I can buy a whole bunch of this stuff, but I wanted to make this as kind of a little bit of a tip video. I want to play a little bit. I want to talk through how I play. I've gotten pretty far in this, and you can see I have a decent chunk of gold. I can buy quite a few things in here. The first tip that I would actually give is to buy, if you have enough money and you want to buy a lot of traits, a lot of these different power-ups, you want to buy the most expensive thing first. Like this revival's 10,000. If I start buying a bunch of other stuff and let's say we buy all these, this thing's now 25,000. So it's going to cost a significant amount more because the costs scale. So if you buy the most expensive thing and then you buy, say, the next most expensive thing, which I think is this, and then you just keep going that way, like we buy these out here, you're going to save money in the long run. Now, it also depends. Like if you don't want this curse actually does more against you than it does for you. All the other things help you. You can certainly ignore that. Greed helps out, gives you more coins. More coins means you can buy more stuff out here, that kind of thing. Personally, I think buy what you want, buy what you enjoy out of this. I could probably buy, I think I can buy everything in here but like the greed. Depending on how I build this, if I leave curse, revival, and greed out, I think I could buy everything. I keep rebalancing this every once in a while. I've been playing with curse a lot because I've gotten halfway decent with the game and I can last the full 30 minutes. So if you're unfamiliar with this game, it's kind of it's a weird mix of a bunch of different things. And you're going to see that when we start playing it, but there is no attack button. You basically, the only control you have is the left joystick. You can move around or D-pad, whichever you're using, or whatever the mouse and keyboard controls are. I play on a PlayStation 4 controller and I use primarily the left stick. I have used the D-pad for a little bit, but I find that the left stick is easier to lean into. So I do a lot of running right just because I get lazy and I want to run right. It's easier to lean your thumb into that. There is a whole selection of achievements, which I have everything. And there's this collection, which I'm not sure what it is, but it tells you how to get things. It tells you what you've unlocked. So you can go in here and it tells you what, if you have the Bible, it's going to tell you to get the spellbinder to evolve it. And each weapon has, or almost all the weapons have an evolution to it. I'm not going to spoil a whole lot because there's some really cool things. But I want to make sure that I have all of my power ups refunded because I want to go into this as if I was a new player. And I'm going to start with, you know what? I'll take the first character you get. All these characters have are unlocks. I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to go over here to the Mad Forest, which is, I think, the opening area. We're going to turn hyper mode off, which makes everything move faster. I guess there's 3 different areas. I need to explain this. The Mad Forest, you can go up, down, left, and right. The Inlaid Library, you can all go left and right. And the Green Acres, you can go up, down, left, right. But it gives you plus 50% to enemy health. Hyperspeed makes everything go faster. I mean, there's some ways of making the game more difficult without actually having like a difficulty slider. And I think I don't know if it makes it more difficult, but moving faster kind of makes the game more fun. And I'm kind of torn on whether that's actually a difficulty setting. So we're going to take the Mad Forest and we're going to go ahead and start. So basically what you get is a slow moving character that can whip. Now I can't control where this whip goes. All I can do is sit here. I know it's going to go out one direction or the other, and then it's going to go out. If I face this way, it's going to go out this way. If I face the other way, it's going to go the other way. Now I can take a weapon. So a lot of this depends on your style, and a lot of the weapons that I found, like when I first started, I hated some of these, but then I grew to like them. I think I'm going to take the axe. So this one throws up at an arc. Kind of not much of an arc. It'll get better later. And then it only passes through a certain number of enemies before it stops. So go ahead and kill a few things here. You'll also note that the whip goes in an upward direction. Like it doesn't go down, it goes straight across and then up. Get some more XP here. The gems that are coming down are XP gems. Move around. These little brazier things, they can give you a number of different things. Money, let's see. Oh, stuff that kills everything on the screen. Money bags, health pickups, things like that. I'll try to go get a health pickup. Now this blue thing is kind of a boss. It's not exactly a boss, but it's kind of a boss. I like the magic wand. This thing fires at the nearest enemy, so whatever you're close to is going to get hit with it. Let's see here. Things are moving kind of slow, so we can get away fairly easily. I want to whip on this thing for a little while. Let the magic wand take care of things. Let the axe take care of things beneath me. And that guy died and dropped a red gem. So the red gems are worth a little bit more XP. Alright, we're going to go through here. I might take a little damage doing this, but I want that red XP. And I'm going to take the axe. It's going to fire 2 projectiles now. You should note up in the upper left-hand corner, up here, you'll see the weapons that I've taken. You can have 6 weapons and 6 power-ups. In the upper, I've paused the screen, so if you go into the upper left now, you're going to see that the whip, the axe, and the magic wand are up there. Each one of these has 8 upgrades. Not all of them have the same number of upgrades, but once you upgrade these and have the correct power-up, not the power-up you get out in the menu, but the power-up in here, once you grab the correct power-up, you can evolve the weapon into its final form. And a lot of these are really cool. Some of them I kind of don't like in their final form, but for the most part, I think they're really solid. The notable exception is the axe. I kind of like the way the axe works out here. It kind of spins around in a big circle. Let's see here. We're going to take the magic wand. I have 3 weapons now. I have 1 for close, 1 for really close. I'm taking some damage here that I don't want to take. Let me get out of the way of these things. I like killing these herds off because you can get a lot of XP quick. But they can also do a lot of damage quickly too if you get stuck in them. And here you're moving kind of slow, so you're kind of stuck. You can get some health in here. I'm gonna go wandering around and try to get some, find some braziers and get some health. So as we upgrade the whip, it's going to start shooting out the other side. And as we upgrade the axe, it's going to throw out more axes, and they're going to go in a bigger arc and things like that. There's noticeable improvements to all the equipment you get. I want the empty tome because that upgrades the magic wand. Okay, so we're going to go whip some things here, try to get some XP. And whatever's on the ground will stay on the ground forever. It doesn't go away until you pick it up. So there's no penalty in just leaving it set. And that means you can leave health set. But you can leave things sit on the ground. The only downside to that is if you have the attract orb, it will vacuum everything up, and then you pick it all up and it's probably didn't intend to. Okay. So, I want to get into this pile here, because there's a lot of XP sitting there, so I'm going to bust into this thing. And, boy, I don't know what I want to take here. I think I'll take the clover. I can't remember what that upgrades, but I'm going to grab onto that. It gives you a little bit more luck. I want to work on this little boss guy here. When I say that there's a lot of different ways of describing this game, I mean, it's kind of a hero shooter. It's kind of a looter shooter because you get chests from these guys, you get stuff that drops. I mean, there's so many different ways of explaining this. I don't have the book, the Bible, so I'm going to take this. And I want to work my way into here. Now, these loot boxes give you an upgrade, or they give you the evolution. You have to have the upgrade, or the loot box to get the evolution. Okay, we're going to stop everything on the screen. We're going to go kill all this stuff up here. Get some XP. I want to level up as quickly as I can. And now I'm stuck taking something here that I don't necessarily want, but I'm going to take the lightning ring. It has, the upgrade for it is the duplicator, and the duplicator I really like. It basically duplicates any projectile you have, so one whip becomes two whips, that kind of thing. We're going to kill off this stuff. I'm going to go try to find some health here because we really need some health badly. As you play this game and get those upgrades, the upgrades make a huge difference. Now, I don't know that I'm going to make it the full 30 minutes, but once the game reaches 30 minutes, you basically get killed off by the Grim Reaper. I don't know if I'm going to do that right now because I don't think I've ever done that without all the upgrades. I shouldn't say without all the upgrades, but without upgrades. I typically play with upgrades, and a lot of them. Amazingly enough, with luck, we're still not getting too much health. Okay, we're going to take Magic Wand again. So basically, I am focusing on getting the stuff that I already have upgraded. Because the sooner I get it to evolve, the better off I get the bonuses that come from the evolution. Like the whip, if you get it fully evolved, it will actually generate health as you kill stuff. Now, I would probably want to stand underneath this thing here, that praying mantis looking thing is a boss. So if I keep him kind of close where the magic missile's shooting into him and the axes are shooting into him, it's going to tear him up, kill him off, and then I'm going to get a chest. So we get the chest, come in here, get some more magic missile, magic wand. Now, you could look at this as, you know, you could save those loot boxes, they will stay there forever. I tend to go get them because they give me upgrades that I don't have to level up for. But if you hang on to them, they can do the evolution. So it's kind of a toss-up on, you know, what your preference is. Especially early on when I was trying to level up and get everything going, as you know, get as much money as possible, get everything unlocked. I spent more time trying to just understand the game and get the unlocks, get the things leveled up than I did caring about what my build was going to be like. And, you know, nowadays I play a lot of crazy builds just because I got kind of, I don't want to say bored with the game, but the game got a little on the trivial side, so I wanted to make it more difficult. So I'd start playing with just random horrible builds, and that's kind of where you start getting really good with the game. Because then you have to get used to the weapons you don't like the bone. It kind of sucks. But once you get good with it, I shouldn't say good with it, the bone shoots out randomly. But once you understand how the weapons function, like the axe, like once you know how the axe shoots up or the whip shoots to the sides, you can play the game a lot better because you learn your movement patterns based on how those things function. I got killed. Okay, so let's start another one. I'll try a different character this time. Let's do... we'll do Poe. A lot of people don't like... You know what? We'll do Poe, and we'll do the... Nope. We'll do O. Confused on the buttons to push there. We'll do the library. So he can pretty much kill a lot of this stuff in one shot. Really easily on. Once you have this unlocked, once you have the inlaid library unlocked, you only have to worry about going left and right. And because these enemies are pretty easy, you can level up fairly quickly. Played a lot of library. You'll notice that he can kind of buzz through these without taking damage. That's because these creatures take very little to kill. So we're going to go just buzz through these herds. We're going to level up. Now there will be more difficult creatures that show up. I'm going to go ahead and take the duplicator. So that's, now you notice the whip's going out both sides, so you can actually work on your herds, and if you combine the left herd and the right herd, you can hit on both sides, or you can just kind of split the middle. and work them both down. Okay, Pomarola, this is what evolves the garlic, so I'm going to take that. That actually heals me. And we're just going to walk through all this stuff. Now, of course, this is on easy mode. I shouldn't say easy mode. This is like the default starting mode and levels and everything. I haven't upgraded anything. Of course, I didn't need that health there. I don't really care for any of these, but I'm going to go ahead and take the armor. That lets me hold up against more stuff, and I can run into bigger herds without taking damage. Now, you shouldn't really be able to run into these herds right now, but this is early in the game, and these things are really weak. I'll take more garlic. I want the garlic upgraded and evolved as soon as possible. I'm going to take the garlic as often as I can, because I didn't need to heal there. Once again, I'm killing a lot of these things quickly because this gives me a lot of gems, and gems give you XP. I'm going to go kill these things off here. Take the attract orb. So here's another thing. Once you have the weapon or power up, you will always have that weapon or power up. You can't not have it. You can't give it back. So I have the duplicator. I have the option of taking the upgrade for the duplicator. It's the little nipple ring looking thing up there in the upper left. It's only got 2 upgrades. So I did not take the upgrade at this point. I took the attract orb, and the attract orb lets me reach further. I'm going to go ahead and take the whip on this one, so I can pick up my XP gems a lot further away. You'll also notice that I can mow through most all of these enemies. Nothing's taken a lot of damage yet. The forest, I think, has the enemies scale in XP a little bit faster than here. So once you get the library unlocked, and I honestly don't remember what it took to unlock it, but once you get it unlocked, let's see, on this one I'm going to take the water because the water mixes with the attract orb that evolves from the attract orb. But once you get this library unlocked, I played this library a lot. I really like it. You can level up real quick. It's kind of fun. There's a lot of different tactics and techniques you can learn on this that you can then apply to the more open areas of the forest and stuff like that. All right, we're going to take another Pomarola here. And they'll send bunches of big herds at you. If you can mow all these herds down fairly quickly, you'll get a lot of XP out of them. Like that. You'll get a decent amount of XP. I think I saw a mummy over here. That big mummy is a boss. Now, I cannot kill these things in one shot. So if too many of these get through, they're going to hurt. So what I want to do is work this down by collecting them up into a pile and basically just stacking them. Let's see, we'll take the cross this time. So the cross is going to shoot at the nearest enemy and bounce backwards going the other way. It's a boomerang. So what I do is I herd everything together and then I move around in a giant circle. I didn't get a chance to do that as much on the other map. But I'll get all this stuff into a nice big circle and then I'll buzz around it and kill everything off on the outside, letting my weapons do the damage. Let's see, we're going to take the magic wand. I do like the magic wand a lot. It's like a machine gun once it's fully upgraded. And I'm going to sit here and let all these weapons work on this boss. He's the nearest thing, so as long as he stays fairly close, most of the weapons are going to hit him first. Whip's definitely going to hit him. And all the while I'm killing all this stuff on the other side here, so there's a bunch of XP coming along. Plug into this. Let's take the empty tome, because that upgrades the magic wand. Now, I think I said before, you can leave these here or you can take them. I go ahead and take them. I'm not ready to evolve everything yet, but I am ready to just rock and roll on getting stuff done. So that's kind of why I take these chests early. You're going to get enough chests, it doesn't matter. So I just take them and take the level up first. Now the holy water, believe it or not, drops in a circle. I know it may look random. Let's see, we're going to take more garlic. I know the holy water looks random, but it does actually drop in a circle. If you stand in one spot, you'll see that this is actually spinning around a circle. It will form one. When you drop more projectiles, you'll see that it forms a full circle. But as you move and it drops different sections of that, you'll notice that it doesn't look like a circle, but it is. It really is once it gets done. Appearances are not everything. Alright, so we're going to kill all this stuff off. I'm going to work this big herd down, and I'm going to stay in the middle here between these two. I know this is a small herd on the one side, but I'm going to stay over here, take the garlic, and I'm going to work down this herd on the right while I let the stuff on the left just move forward. And the reason I'm doing this kind of slowly is to keep that boss kind of near and to keep the upgrade path flowing. I want to keep as much XP coming in as possible. And I think I want to take the axe. The axe has some great damage, especially late game. The other thing you can do with the axe is just kind of sit underneath the boss and just let these axes just drill into it. We're getting enough damage on the other stuff to where it's really not getting to us, so level up. And the levels and everything start stacking up very quickly now. Let's see, the closest thing I have going, well, none of these have anything, so I'm going to take Magic Wand. I think I want the Magic Wand to go up next. Because the Magic Wand shoots at close proximity, I love having that leveled up. It's like a total machine gun when you get it done. We'll take this thing now, and we got a bonus one. You can get 1, 3, or 5 out of these. This one gave me 3 different upgrades. Okay, these guys are going to start taking a little bit more damage, so I don't want to plow into them. And of course, these exploding things do a mass damage when they explode, so I want to stay away from them. There is some knockback. Alright, I'm taking a little damage. I got a little food over here. I'll go ahead and eat that. There is knockback. You can knock enemies back here, but don't count on it because it doesn't always work. There are things that make it work better, though. Okay, take the Magic Wand. Let's see here. Working through all this stuff, slowly killing off whatever's here. This is kind of a small batch of stuff that comes out. Like it's a little stronger, takes a little more damage, but there's not much of it, so you don't really get much XP out of this phase of the fight. As far as when and how creatures spawn, there is kind of a set pattern, and I'm not sure what it is exactly, because as you have more upgrades, you can push these things a little faster and make things come out sooner. So I'm not sure if it's time-based, level-based. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure on all this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take this thing. I'm going to cut through everything in here, kill all this stuff off. The stopwatch stops everything. So obviously it's frozen, can't move, so I can just mow it all down. But then it does come back to life. And we got these explodey guys. I want to stay as far away from them as possible. They get their own little phase of coming at you. I think you can skip phases in here. I'm not certain. But it gets... You get more flexible. How can I say this? Things change more the more power-ups and the faster you level up, the more you do, the more you kill, things like that. I think you're pushing phases. I'm not certain though. So these little ghosts that are coming out should be one-shots. The green things are one-shots. All we have to do is worry about these zombie guys. There's a boss. That green thing is a boss, the big one. So we're going to work all these guys down as much as possible. All this other stuff will die fairly quickly. We can level up, stay close to this boss, kind of sit underneath it. Let this thing get mowed down by the weapons. I'm going to charge into all this. Hollow Heart levels up the whip, so I want to take that. And I'm taking a little bit of damage, so I need to be careful here. I moved too far, too fast. You can actually slowly walk through a lot of this and not take damage because you'll kill it before it gets to you. So you kind of want to stay moving constantly, but you also want to be mindful of how you're moving. If you move too quickly or too slowly, depending on where you're at and what you're doing, you can take a lot of damage. Okay, he died, gave me a red gem, gave me some extra MP. We're going to take the other duplicator. And some of this stuff is going to be situational. Like I took that duplicator there specifically because of all this crap coming in. I want to do as much damage as possible. And that extra duplicator is going to give me additional projectiles. We are getting close on this thing, so I'm going to take the magic wand. I do like the magic wand a lot anyway, but a lot of these things are going to die quickly, so we're going to start getting a lot of levels up fast here. Now with these herds, let's see, take the whip. These are going to start generating a lot of XP because you're going to kill a lot of creatures quickly, and sometimes I'll go back and forth from the left to the right. I'll work some of the herd down on one side, switch over to the other side, and then work that herd over. We're going to take garlic to try to push that to evolve. So we're going to buzz into here, kill as much of this stuff as possible. Get away from the explodey guys. Let the weapons do their work. Take the garlic. We should be ready to upgrade or evolve the garlic. So the next boss should evolve it. Doesn't always do it, but it should. More into the whip. What the whip do? Notice that the whip is going left and right, but it's going up. So you'll notice that it takes a few shots going in the upward direction. This weird spinny looking thing here is a boss. It's supposed to be like a lion head or something. We're going to go kill off as much of these things as we can. Stay away from these explodey things. And dip into these guys, get some XP. We're going to take, let's do the axe. We'll do some more damage. Up in the upper left, we have the tome. It's on the bottom row, it's the book looking thing off on the right, second one over. You don't need every one of those to upgrade. I'm not sure exactly how many you need, but the evolution can happen whether you have all of those or not. You just need to be fully upgraded on the weapon itself. I could get, what did we get here? Yeah, garlic's evolved. So I only have one of the, oh, I'm sorry, I have 3 of the pomerolas. Pomerolas for this one. I did the wrong thing. Now this will actually heal me a little bit too. So I'm gonna go kill some things. And now we can just start wandering through stuff because we're gonna start doing a lot of damage. We're gonna start doing a lot of damage really quickly. This is gonna build fast, and the faster we level, especially with the attract orb, because I can kill stuff rapidly and then just suck up all the XP. Most things in the game tend to come straight for you, but you'll notice those green Medusa heads just kind of fine wave through. Those are the only exceptions so far. Everything else kind of just heads straight at you. Well, let's take some more magic wand. I want the magic wand as fast as possible. Try to get these weapons built up quickly. Okay. I think there's going to be another boss here soon. Probably another one of those lion head things. So if we can get leveled up, I don't think so. Like I said, if we can get leveled up, we could probably get something that's going to evolve, but we're gonna have to get a few levels to get something to evolve. So we're gonna take the magic wand, get that leveled up. I'm gonna walk slowly. And the reason I'm gonna, well, buzz through here. The reason I want to walk a little slower, so I want to let these weapons do as much damage to these things as possible. If I walk too fast, I'll walk into these creatures and I'll get killed. Slow up the pace a little bit. There's a little blue guy here. That blue bat can give me a chest. I'm going to walk into this slowly. Let's see here, go a little bit slower. Try to get him close. See those green ones that are coming out? That's healing. That's health popping off these enemies. This stuff here. Let's take whip. Buzz around a little bit. Try to pick up some XP. Kill this thing. Letting the axes, the whip, the boomerangs. We're letting all that stuff hit that boss character and kill him off. Depending on how you keep him, at arm's length or whatever, he will take a lot of damage from these weapons. So these bookcases you can't go through, but here, the holy water that's dropping down is doing damage to all these creatures. So as long as it falls into where they are, kind of a random pool, sort of. Well, let's take more axe. Notice that axe that it's going to pass through 2 more enemies. So The axes will go through only so many enemies before they quit. Here's a boss right here. This guy. Big version of that ugly thing we started with. So I'm going to get up underneath him, let all this stuff just blast into him, mow him down, get that. We're going to get 3 upgrades out of this. Looks like we get a couple axes in the attract orb. So firing more projectiles. Now we're really starting to do some damage. Really starting to do some damage. And let's do more cross, get more damage. I want to get as much DPS as possible out. If you're unfamiliar with DPS, that's damage per second. I want as many of these things dying as quickly as possible because I want to generate as much XP and get as much level built up as I humanly can. We're going to take more whip. Let's see, the whip's got a couple more it needs. I'm going to mow into this stuff here and just cut it all down. And you'll notice I'm moving up and down in kind of a sine wave fashion. And as the stuff on the left comes over, let's see, we'll do whip should now evolve. As we move around, the whip's going to hit both sides. So if I go like a little circle here, I'm going to get the XP off of one side, and then I can move over here and get this stuff off the other side. And I can kind of push through this without any issues. Like, this stuff doesn't really live long enough anymore. I just have to be mindful of that little bat right there, because if I get too close, he's going to do damage. So I want to kill as much of this as possible. And I'm going to go ahead and take the attract orb. That means I can pick up further yet. So I don't have to move as far, and I can still pick up an enormous amount of stuff. All right, we're going to take an upgrade path here. The whip is now evolved. Got that done. So the whip is that red thing moving along the side. Let's see, we'll do cross. And we've got a whole herd of stuff over here, so we're just going to mow through all this here. Collecting as much as possible. We'll do Santa water, holy water. There's a Medusa boss right there. I think this one pops at 15 minutes. And a bunch of Medusa minions come out. I'm going to blow these things down. I'm going to keep the Medusa boss pinned up against this thing here. And just let up my weapons beat the hell out of her. So you'll notice a bunch of stuff dying off to each side. I'm not necessarily getting all of the XP yet. But when I push forward into this, I'm going to get a huge blast of XP all at once. Shove over into here. Should level up. Yep, didn't quite get there. Got her killed. So we've got another upgrade. Probably should have held on to that one, because then I could have, let's see, no, we're still a few away. We'll have to level up. So now we should get the evolution of the magic wand. Go through here, we're going to kill a bunch of stuff off. Get as much XP, make the thing sound like a room full of slot machines going off. Let's see, we're going to take, we'll do the attract orb. That way we've got pretty much this massive vacuum of pulling stuff up. Right, we're gonna go kill this thing. We're gonna get an evolve out of it. There will be a witch coming out soon, I think. Once you start seeing these witches here, then the big boss witch will come out. We'll kill this thing off here real quick. I'm gonna push down, I guess, a little bit, shove these things away from me so I'm not getting crowded by them. We'll get the treasure chest. Magic wand is evolved. So now this thing's like a machine gun. Let's see, what do we need here? We'll do cross, we're close on that one. I can start pushing into these things a lot better because I've got a lot between the between the garlic and let me take a little bit of damage here. So I can take some damage, but between the garlic, the whip, and the magic wand, I'm doing a lot of damage up close. So I also get healing from the whip and the evolved whip, I should say, and the evolved garlic. Buzz into this stuff. If I get a little too far and take some damage, I can back off a little bit and get healed up. This is really knowing your weapons. You really have to know these things. The axe is now going to pass through a few more enemies. I want to stay away from these exploding things. Even though I can heal a little bit, I want to run away from them, try to hit them and knock them back. If possible, they will sneak in on you. So you gotta kind of be careful of it. I'm gonna just stand here for a second, let this stuff die. Mainly because I can. Now I'm gonna move because these things are chasing me. Again, I'm not sure when they come out. They just kind of pop out here. We should be seeing the boss witch here soon. Alright, I'm gonna take Santa water. Need to upgrade that. So you notice the pools of water, there's getting to be a few more of them. They're getting slightly bigger maybe. The more you add, the more they drop, the bigger they get. I think we can evolve everything in here. I'm not sure. Can't remember all my evolutions yet. Still working on that. Alright, we're killing witches. Killing off everything that moves. Oh, there's the witch. Must have came out at 18 minutes. Alright, we're going to go up underneath. We're going to let this stuff all just crank into her. Is there anything that's ready to evolve? No. Well, I actually want to... Now the axe should evolve. If I took the right thing, the axe will evolve. Because she's close, that magic wand is keying in on her, and then the whip's hitting all around. Yeah, I didn't get the... I have the evolution for it. Or she didn't drop a box, I guess. They don't always. I thought they did, but sometimes they drop like the big gem or whatever. Okay, we are doing very well. Comes a big herd of stuff. Really need health, but it's there. Now, in here, and really anywhere, it doesn't matter. I will move up and down like in a sine wave, kind of a slow sine wave going forward. We're going to take the Pomerola. It's going to give me more health. I should have taken the cross, I guess. But you can push straight ahead. You can walk around in circles, you know, ever-growing circles. To the right a little bit, spin around, push to the right a little bit, spin around. Basically what this is doing is picking up all the XP that's on the ground. It's also slowly working into the herd. Like if I can't walk directly into it without taking damage, I can slowly work the front of it off. There's a lot of this game is just the technique you use and how you move. That's why I say movement is key. It's not always staying moving. Like you can stand still. If you have the ability to stand still, you can let these things come out. 20-minute mark, the big green guy comes out. This is for this level. I don't think the same timings are the same on the other map. And it might be different bosses. Okay, so we're going to do Tome. That increases the cooldown, or decreases the cooldown. Makes things key off a little bit faster. I want to keep everything firing into him. I want to keep this herd dying down here. Keep the explodey things off me. If I've done anything right, and I can get any evolution out of it, explodey guys off. Get this stuff all cleared out in here. Keep myself healed. Keep everything dying. Keep damage on the boss. Keep the explodey guys off. Oop, I got hit with those things. So now I need to sit back for a second, kill some stuff off, replenish health, and come back to the fight. There's a giant herd of stuff over here, so let's go in here and level up. We'll take Santa water. Right up into him. Keep doing damage on him. Work him down. Take this. Let's see. What do we get here? Must not have the evolution for the axe. I can't remember what it is. Oh, it's spinach, and I don't have it. I think it's spinach. So that's not going to evolve. The armor doesn't have any evolution. It doesn't go anywhere right now. I'm sure it will in the future, but it doesn't right now. So at this point, we've got no bosses. I need to level up 5 more times. And then I'll be able to evolve a couple of more things. I think I've got everything for the boomerang and the holy water. So we're going to take home, get that one done. We're 20 minutes in, 22 minutes in basically, and we've killed 15,000 creatures. This is from the starting point with the garlic. They keep saying how garbage the garlic is, but I think it got a little bit of a buff, but I still did really well with it. I mean, you're still getting 5 extra weapons with it, so it's not like it's the sole thing that just sucks, you know? It's not like you've got that one weapon. It's a tough start, but, no big deal. Alright, a lot of explodey things. We're going to stay away from those. We're going to work this bat. Oh, gotta stay away a little bit, get some health up. I'd like to work that bat and get something evolved, but I need to make sure and level up, too. So, we're going to take the cross, get that leveled up. And depending on what your luck is, you could get 4 items to select there. Luck plays into a lot of different aspects of this game. And luck being the clover thing you can actually take to give yourself luck. Not just like RNG luck. A lot of explodey guys. We're going to stay away. You notice I'm kind of working in this one little corner. I'm able to kill everything off. I want to keep the XP running. So I want to keep, killing stuff as much as possible, but I want to keep stuff off of me. I'm kind of keeping a little safe space out there. There's another chest. Go get this. Hopefully we get an evolution out of it. No, I don't think so. If not, there's a boss right there. That thing that's getting blasted. He's going to give me Pomerola. What do we have left? The cross should evolve with the hollow heart. Yeah, you should be able to evolve a couple more things. Another hollow heart. I think you might need a couple of the upgrade, not the upgrade, but you might need a couple of the, what are those called? The lower bar. You might need a couple of power-ups, not just the first one. I haven't determined that yet. I think you need 2 or 3 of them before it'll evolve. So we're going to go ahead and take another hollow heart. Hollow heart's going to give me a bit more XP. Going to try to level up a little bit here. Now, depending on what the game's going to throw at me here in the next 5, 6, 7 minutes, depends on how far we're going to get. All right, so take holy water. I want to evolve that. You can kind of see the circle now for the holy water, the way it's falling. All right, game's going to start throwing a bunch of stuff at me, so I want to work this corner down as much as possible, keep breathing room on this side, and then work this side down as much as possible and kind of work in a circle. The reason I'm doing that is so I don't take damage, so I don't get near these things. I want to kill a path out if I have to bail. Take a little bit of damage in there. We'll do more water. There's going to be a boss popping in here at some point too. 25-minute mark, I believe. So we're going to just keep this staying clear. I want to keep a path that I can get out. Now that path on the right is not going to happen because it's a wall of creatures, but I can go down and to the left or something. I'm trying to keep myself a little opening. Let's do holy water. That way it's going to evolve, I think. Yeah, so the cross and the holy water should evolve. Okay. One of them should evolve, if not both of them. Alright, we're going to kill some more stuff off here. Bats are coming through, and they will move things on you. So you want to be able to stay moving and keep things clear. Big bats take a lot more damage, so we're going to have to work on them. There's the 25-minute boss right there, that pirate-looking guy. We're going to try to stay away from him. Keep a couple steps ahead, let all the weapons do the damage into him. Need to stay away from stuff so that I am killing him and not taking damage from these big bats. Keeping him with the axes, the crosses, the whip. I can just sit here and work on him. We'll take armor this time. Just work a little bit into that, but we get an upgrade. Yeah, holy water evolved. So with the attract orb, the holy water basically drops down and then moves towards you. So you're going to see the pools of water converge on my character. So wherever they're at, they'll converge in, which means moving holy water, which means mobile damage. So especially if you get there's some Medusa over here. We'll get this thing killed off. Could be a bunch of Medusas spawning in soon, little Medusas. Full hearts. This should evolve the Frost, I think. Alright, so we're going to work on this thing here. Shove her up into the corner. I'm just going to stand here for a second because all the holy water and everything is just damaging everything as it comes in. Big area of effect. Did we get the cross? Nope. Picking the right thing to upgrade it, but alright, kill all this stuff off here. And just let it all die. A couple things to upgrade, which is the armor. Now see, normally by now I would be fully upgraded. And once you get fully upgraded, those chests give you money or chicken. So you can actually heal as you kill stuff. And if you kill things rapidly enough and just mow through everything, you can get a lot of healing in case you get into a lot of trouble. There's a Medusa boss over here. Get the armor. Stand here where I shouldn't be. Take damage when I cut through everything in here. This is not good. I need some room. Slowly move forward here. Got a little ahead of myself. Need to be killing this boss. See if I can get any evolution out of it. That boomerang's going to go, which I don't think it will. This could also be the end, because this is usually when they start throwing a bunch of stuff at you. The next big herd is just a massive bunch of bosses. We're gonna clear out some room this direction. We're gonna keep going this way. Now we get the choice between a coin bag or the floor chicken. I love the name floor chicken. Every time there's an opening, they fill it in with more Medusas. I think I can just stand here for a second. Now comes this big herd. And we'll go through a bunch of this stuff here. Unfortunately, it's not a lot of easy stuff. Alright, I could take chicken on this, and that would actually heal me. But I'm actually doing pretty well, so shove forward a little bit into this. Get into this gap here. There's a Medusa over here. I'll blow into her a little bit. Yeah, we're getting converged on pretty hard. So now, if I needed it, I could take floor chicken. Get out here to an open area. Let this stuff get mowed down a little bit more. Keep moving. Let that big herd in the back take the brunt of it. Always have the option of charging forward and getting out into an opening like this. Get free. 29 minutes in. Get that there. Cut sharp down into this. This attract orb here is going to pull everything in. Now you're going to see all these big bosses coming through. That's all these green guys are bosses. These big mouth things are bosses. This is where I end up dying a lot of times because there's just so many boss things right here. And you take a ton of damage going through here and I'm stuck. I'm going to die. Yep. But we made it to almost 30 minutes. Basically just starting off, going from 0 to hero pretty much. That's where I always get stuck. When the game decides you're going to die, it just fills the screen and kills you. So the stats we had, you can see how much each item did on the left there on the damage and what level it was, how long I had them. The lower ones down there, like the Labora, that's the upgraded version of the holy water. So I didn't get as much of a chance to use it. But 29 minutes and 24 seconds isn't too bad, starting off with Poe and the garlic, which is supposedly the quote-unquote worst thing in the game. But at any rate, that will do it for this video. I hope you enjoy this game and take a look at it. It's $3 on Steam, and this is a killer game. I've put, I don't know, over 30 hours into it now, and I love it. And every time I turn around and say that I have all the achievements, they put another patch out and add some more achievements, and I don't know, it just keeps growing. So at any rate, that will do it for this video. Take care. We'll catch you on the next one.